Hi everyone, so today I am doing a fake pincurl set. The reason that it's fake is because I'm not using pincurls. That's quite self-explanatory, I suppose. I am using hot sticks. So the hot sticks that I've got are these ones. That's what a hot stick looks like. These are the Babyliss Pro Styling Tools hot sticks. And they come in two sizes. They come in a slightly larger one and a slightly smaller one. Really, obviously, that's down to the size of the curl that you're looking for. I first found these a couple of months ago, and I started using them, and I was really impressed with the amount of curl that you get out of this particular implement, and also the fact that I felt it looked almost like a pincurl set. It comes out a little bit frizzier than a pincurl set. You can't control it as much as you would an actual pincurl wet set, but as you can see, you do get a lot of curl into it. You do get your deep waves, and depending which way you set it, you're going to get different types of styles out of it. Also, I found that it's a really good cheat if a pincurl that you have actually done hasn't set for whatever reason. If you use one of these hot sticks, you can use that and that will integrate into the rest of your pincurl set, no problem. So it's been a real lifesaver actually in times when it hasn't quite worked out. Also, I have done, and I'll do another video about this as well, I've wet set, pincurled the sort of top of my head. So really this section here, that's where most of the interest is, let's face it. So I've wet set that, and I've used the hot sticks for the rest of the hair, so it eliminates the amount of time that you're having to spend actually waiting for your pincurl set to dry. And if you've got thick hair like me, that does take a really long time. But anyway, here is the look. And coming up, I'll show you how I set it and how I brushed it out, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care, bye. Okay, so I've started by sectioning my hair off. So I've done a deep side part here, and I've just taken the parting from the sort of base bit up here where the parting ends and taken it all the way to my ear. So hopefully you can see that there. And I've done exactly the same on this side as well, and I've just tied my hair up at the back out the way. So with hot sticks, you just use them in the same sort of way as you would use rollers. The pattern that I'm going to use is just very simple. Everything is going to be rolled down. I'm not going to sort of roll in opposite directions with this one, just because I do want quite a lot of fluffy curls down the bottom. That's the kind of look I want to go for today. You can, if you want, do the opposite row, sort of if you do one down, you can do one up as well, in exactly the same way as I described in my hot roller set for my everyday vintage hair tutorial. So that creates a little bit more movement up here. But as I said, I'm rolling everything down today. So I would always use, I've only got two sizes in my set, like that. So the red one are the thicker ones and the blue one are the thinner ones. I would always use the smaller ones around the sides of your head, so the top parts here, because that's really where people are going to look, isn't it? So I'd leave the thicker ones for the back of the hair. So I'm just going to start by doing the smaller side first. Doesn't really matter, that's just what I'm doing today. And just take your comb and pull apart a section like that. It's not a very thick section. I don't know how well you can see that. I would say it's probably about a 3/4 inch section, something along those lines. Anyway, so you take your heat protectant spray, because these do get really hot, and actually you need to watch out for your hands. I'd mainly spray the ends, because that's what's going to get the most heat, and that's usually where your hair is the most damaged, especially if you're like me and you've been dyeing it since you were 14. So I take the smaller one, the blue one, and if you don't have layered hair, you can try and take it all the way to the ends, but you see, if I do that, because I've got layers in my hair, it just falls down. So the way that I usually do it is, turn that section again. I would usually take it to about where all the hair is still together, and I would wind it around like that, and then try and tuck those end bits inside, so you're sort of holding it as you roll and you're tucking the rest of the hair with it, and that way you're not going to get a straggly end bit. And just keep rolling, 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 and all you do is you secure it through the loop like this. Now it can feel a little bit like it's tugging on your hair because these are made of plastic, so it does feel a little bit tuggy. Is that a word? Anyway, that's what it feels like. And I would just do that now for the rest of that. So you only need one hot stick per section that you're doing it on. On the back, obviously you've got bigger sections, so I just put them in any way I can because I can't see the back of my head and I'm not going to fiddle about with a mirror. So you just put the big ones in the back. So all blue down the front unless you run out and you might need to use a few red, and then all red in the back, which are the larger ones. Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like once I've put them all in. Okay, so this is all of them wrapped up. So as I said, everything is rolled under. I've used mainly blue ones on the front here, but I ran out of hot sticks, so I've got a red one there. And then just at the back, hopefully you can see that okay. That's just everything rolled under as well. I've used, sorry, I'm speaking without looking at you. I've used quite large sections at the back, just because I'm not looking for huge amounts of curl out the back. It's just really to make sure it has got some bend to it. So I'm going to let these cool down for about 10 to 20 minutes, just really until they're cold to the touch, and then I'll be taking them out. Okay, so as you can see, this has given a huge amount of curl, which I think is actually quite incredible for a hot set. I have never seen curls this strong out of any other hot appliance that I've ever used. So I'm just going to, as normal, break it up with my fingers, and then it goes even curlier. Oh, look at that. So, good for an 80s party maybe. Anyway, as you can see, you've got a lot more curl on the front bits where you've used the smaller ones, and on the back you've got a slightly softer curl, but still a lot of curl in there. So what I do with this is I don't really treat this like a hot set. I treat this like a wet set, meaning that I'm going to brush quite vigorously through this because it needs taming. So I'm actually going to use this, which is a Tangle Tease brush, which I love. It's great if you've got thick hair. It's great if your hair is prone to knotting. It has these sort of double bristles in, which just really helps with combing through anything. So I'm going to use this for the initial brush. So again, I'd brush it like a pincurl set and try and tame some of that frizz by brushing it against the hands, because this does go very, very frizzy, so you must brush it, otherwise nothing's going to happen. But do you see how that's tamed down already? And you've got really nice definitions there, like you would get in a pincurl set. brush is really good for that initial brush out that you do, but it's not that good for styling. So I would swap brushes at this point and actually use your Denman styling brush or anything else with hard bristles to try and tame the curls a bit more. So I would do this more section by section. So in fact, I will start more with the bottom sections first. So just pin that out the way. Look to find the wave by pushing it forward, and once you've found it, clip it. Okay, so that's the basic brush out. As you can see though, it's still got a fair amount of frizz in it, and that's where you need to use your pomade or your wax to go through it and try and combat some of that frizz. But you don't want to lose the fluffiness of this. I mean, it's not a pincurl set, it's not going to look exactly like it, but it has a nice suggestion of a pincurl set. So I use my Aveda pomade. I would just use a little bit, rub it between your hands quite vigorously and just run your fingers through it like that, and that should tame some of that frizz. I'm not going to hairspray this massively actually, you can do, but I'm going to have this in all day, so I don't particularly want it to be super stiff. I want it to have a little bit of movement, and this curl holds really well anyway. So also you can see there, by putting that clip in, I've created quite a deep wave there. You've just deepened any wave that you might have. So you can also put in a little clip if you want, clip it just to the side, which I think I might do, but my camera is standing on my pins, so I can't do that. Okay, well, you get the idea. You could always pin it like that, and I think that's quite a cute look. So there we go, a fake pin curl set with hot sticks. I hope you enjoyed. Please come and say hi to me on Facebook and share this video. That way we can spread the vintage love. Bye!